How is everybody doing? Here for Tom Thursday. Yeah. Today, Tom's Thursday is gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird, and I'll let you know why in a few minutes. Today is gonna be weird. 333 on the recording. Ah, the universe is talking to me lately. Why can't I see the comments on my phone? That's weird. Hmm. Okay. I'm doing great. Sunny Florida. That's amazing. That's amazing. But I want to see you guys. Why can't I see you? Oh, now I can see. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna start talking, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. Today is gonna be a little weird, my friends, and I'll tell you why. First of all, how 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 are you feeling these days? Because I can tell you that the energies are insane. I can feel the energies like crazy. Like if I'm if I seem like I'm shaking, it's because I am. Okay, I'm vibrating at a crazy frequency right now. So, um, and this is what I'm gonna talk to you about today. Um, I sat and thought about what I'm gonna say today in this session last night, and whatever I planned yesterday is not what I'm gonna do today, and I'll explain myself. Um, Super intense, exactly, exactly. Must be the fifth dimension. Yes, 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 yes. This is what I'm gonna. Here you go, Kesha. You feel the energies as well. Yes, yes, yes. And this is why I'm gonna. This is what I'm gonna say today. Um, I wanted to talk about the fifth dimension and to be all whimsical about it and happy about it and stuff like that. But today I feel different. Today I feel differently. So I'm just gonna wing it, guys. I'm gonna wing it. I'm gonna let Source speak through me today. Because, my friends, it is all happening right now, in this moment. Somebody asked, oh, here, I can. When do we shift to 5D? Somebody asked on our group 2 hours ago. I don't want to name names because he's not here. Uh, Guys, we are shifting as I talk to you, as we speak. This is happening. Uh, this is happening. We are actually shifting to the fifth dimension at the moment. A lot of us. And a lot of us don't even know, don't realize that that's what it is. Um, I recently received a lot of downloads. Uh, I channeled a lot of information lately in the past few weeks. Also, I realized a few things about myself in the last month or two weeks. Um, I bet that you guys also feel it. Um, I can feel the shift. Kesha is saying, yes, I can feel the shift too. And one thing that I realized about myself, I never used to say things like that, but apparently I was always here at this state of awareness. I just thought I'm going crazy. What do I mean? Today is gonna be, I'm gonna give a lot of examples from my life because that's the only thing I know. Okay, guys, so I'm an INFJ, a Yoka empath, which makes me a very strong empath. Okay, a lot of us in this group, we are empaths, right? A lot of us were empaths in this group, and me, I'm very strong. Okay, and throughout all my life, I was always aware of everything that's going on around me in terms of energy, in terms of attention, in terms of in terms of sensing, okay, sensing the energies. Rebecca, hi Rebecca. Uh, in terms of sensing the energies, in terms of when I was a child, I could sit in class and I would feel the people in the hallway, in the yard outside. The reason that I'm telling you this is because I'm gonna I'm gonna get to that. It has been super intense. We read this. Hello. Uh, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Hi. Um, the reason I'm saying this is because when we talk about the third dimension, the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, or the new earth, or stuff like that, a lot of people ask, well, when do we go there? When do we go there? Or is it an actual physical shift from one place to another, or to another dimension, or to the stars? Uh, which is not. Okay? Uh, living in the fifth dimension. First of all, let's talk about living in the third dimension. What is the third dimension? Is here. Is the material world, right? Is where we it's the false matrix, we call it. The false matrix. It's this world that's based on separation. It's this world that's based on I am me and you are you, and they are there, and their separation. The 3D world is based on separation, okay? Not on oneness, not on unity, okay? There's always me and someone else. There's always uh, this situation, or there's always uh, there's always past, there's always future, there's always worries about the future, there's always pain about the past. Um, there's always circumstances that push you to make choices that you wouldn't necessarily make for your soul, but for survival, you have to do it. Okay? The 3D world is this world that we're living in, where we always have to worry. When most of us lives in thoughts of scarcity and lack, and how we will we make ends meet every month, right? Uh, most of us wake up every morning and going to a place that they really don't like to go to. Really don't like to go to every day, doing stuff that they really killing their souls in order to bring a few dollars home. Uh, the 3D world is the world where there's rich people and there's poor people. Separation. Okay? It's the rat race. What they told us, we need to be slaves to the system and chase our own tails for most of our lives. At the end, we get to retire. Some people they sit on their asses for during the retirement. Some people they go and they live finally for a few years. Um, that's the 3D world. What's the fourth dimension? The fourth dimension is where we start to be aware that there's something more than this. something more than chasing our own tails and everything that I said. There's more. Okay, what do I mean there's more? All of a sudden you notice that time is not linear. What do I mean? Have you ever noticed that when you are happy, when you're having fun, when your energies are high? 4 months ago, I left a job of 19. My soul could. Here you go, Keisha. Yes, yes. Um, when you're having fun, when your soul is vibrant, uh, did you ever notice that times seem to move fast at these instances? Or when you feel down and you are vibrating on very low frequencies, uh, all of a sudden time seems to crawl. Every day is like you start it in the morning, and by the time you get to the end of it, you like you're beat, like you're done. Like it was such a long day, right? All of a sudden, you start being aware of these things. That the way you think and the way you experience the world is the way scratch the last one. I don't know what I was about to say. Uh you start being aware that there's something more than this. Okay? That is where most of the people that are on a spiritual awakening journey, that's where they are, most of them. In the fourth dimension. They start to being aware, they start being aware of we say mindfulness, right? Mindfulness. We start being aware of our thoughts. We start being aware of manifestation. We start being aware of energies. Um, we are getting to this realization that there's a lot more that we don't know that we don't know. There's a lot that we don't know that we don't know. There's more than meets the eye. Fourth dimension. Okay, that is where most of the people that are spiritually awakening, or those who seek spirituality. You know what I mean? Like they 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 were going to they sought spirituality. You know, the people that going and actively saying, "Oh, I'm gonna raise my vibration and love, light and love and light and love." That is my favorite state of being, knowing that I don't know. Yes, there's a better one, and I think you are there, Sarah. Actually, I think you are there. Um, where was I? Um, okay, so we start being aware of the stuff that's around us. Oh, I was talking about the people that are actively seeking spirituality. Why am I saying that? People that actually seeking spirituality, because we are having this conversation on a group that's called 144,000 light workers. Most light workers, earth angels, star seeds. I'm not gonna say the forbidden word. I'm not gonna say. Again, the forbidden word is chosen ones. I am gonna say the fucking forbidden word. Because lately it feels, honestly, we used to say everybody's chosen, which is kind of true. But for me, at least lately, it feels like somebody took the reins over my life, and somebody is steering my life at the moment. Like I have no control over this. So I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about that. Uh, it feels like somebody chose me for this thing. Is what I'm trying to say. And this is why I'm a little all over the place these days because of this. I, f- I feel that something is going on right now. Okay. In terms of guys, I have premonitions all of a sudden of things that are gonna come very soon. It feels like 2D Miller. 2D, hey, we know each other. We used to send messages. Um, it feels like somebody chose us for this time. Is what I'm trying to say, guys. And it's happening now, right now. A lot of people speak about the split, the rupture, um, the rupture, the shift. It is happening right now, guys. It already began. A lot of us are shifting to the fifth dimension. What is the fifth dimension, guys? The fifth dimension is when we leave the rupture. I don't know. It's my accent, I guess. You know what I mean. The rupture. Um, a lot of us are shifting to the fifth dimension. What is the fifth dimension, guys? The fifth dimension is living from soul. The fifth dimension is living from soul. What do I mean? I already said in previous sessions that living from soul is living in the now, is living in the moment. Okay? Because living in the past or living in the future, meaning dwelling on the past and worrying about the future, uh, that's ego. That's not soul, right? That's ego. That's not soul. That's what it means. When we are in the fourth dimension, the ego is still there, right? The ego is still there. But we start to get aware of the things that we don't know. Okay? The fifth dimension, living from soul, is living in the now, is living in the moment. Why did I start by talking about me being an INFJ? Because I realized that as an INFJ Yoka empath, I always lived in the moment. I always lived in the moment. That is why I can sense everything. That is why I can notice things that other can't. Because I'm always super present. And that's something that I didn't use to say. That I was born awake. But apparently I am. Because all of a sudden I feel, no, all of a sudden I know that this is the fifth dimension. This is it, guys. Living in the fifth dimension is living in the now, is living from your soul. And when you live in the now, that is where the magic happens, guys. When you live in the now, that's where the magic happens. When you live in the now, there's no worrying about the past. There's no there's no worrying about the future. There's no worrying dwelling about the past. There's this moment. And in this moment, everything is possible. Because what we choose to do now will affect the future. And what the our state of mind now will affect our future. What do I mean by that? We are the 144,000 light workers, right? We are master manifestors. We spoke about it in previous sessions. We are master manifestors. Everything that every thought that comes into our heads, into our minds, we are manifesting it instantly. Everybody, by the way, all people on earth, they are just like, they're not aware of it. Awareness, right? They are not aware of it, but people, they are manifesting all the time without knowing. But what are they manifesting? They're manifesting worries, they are manifesting scarcity, they are manifesting separation, right? Because that's how they are used to think. That's how they think. Um, when we live out of soul, when we live in the fifth dimension, there are endless possibilities as to where your life can go. Endless possibilities. That is why, when we say raise our vibration, okay, raise our vibration, um, What is raising our vibration? When we think certain thoughts, like I said, scarcity, fear, doubt, uh, I'm missing the word right now. I'm thinking about it in Hebrew, but I can't get the English word. Thoughts like that. Uh, it creates feelings within us. Those feelings feed more thoughts that feed more feelings. It's a cycle, right? Uh, when we think low vibration thoughts, we manifest low vibration results in our life. Exactly what we think. We think scarcity, we think fear. That's what we get. That's what we get, right? Exactly what we are thinking about. I'm not gonna make ends meet. Boom. Here you go. You didn't. I'm not gonna get that job. Here you go. You didn't get the job. I hate my life. Here you go. The life of your dreams. Right? So if we are aware of the fact that the stuff that we feed our mind is affecting our vibration, right? Then we start vibrating on a different frequency. Think about an experience that caused you great joy in your life. Great joy in your life. I can think of not too many, but I have a few moments. Okay. When my daughter was born, when when I met my twin, there were a few instances that I felt great joy and happiness in my life. Think about a time like that. It arouses it arouses feelings within you, different feelings. This time it's joyful feelings, it's happy feelings, it's loving feelings, it's it's warm feelings sometimes, it's comforting feelings, right? All of a sudden these feelings have a different vibration, and then it feeds your thoughts with that energy, and that brings even more good feelings into your heart, right? And now we are starting to manifest what we want, right? Because we are aware of our thoughts, we are aware of the energy, we are aware of the fact that we are master manifestors, and that what we send to the universe send right back to us. um that's living in the fifth dimension, my friends. We are aware of so much more. We are aware of so much more than the rest of humanity at this point. and we are aware of our power, right? We are aware of our power. We can manifest anything we want if we vibrate on the right vibration. Okay. Before I go there, I just want to say from the now moment, why do we say that time is not linear? Because from the now moment we can travel back in time, right? We can travel back in time into the past, but when we are aware of the power of our thoughts, we can actually change the past, reframe it, rewrite it, because who we were in the past affected who we are in the present. That's what we so that's what we erase now. That's what we purge now. Michael De La Roca, I saw your video this morning. We are talking about the same thing. We are talking about the same thing. Me and Michael and everybody that's talking about the shift, about new earth, about the ascendance. Living in the fifth dimension is being aware that we are creators. We are the creators of our own world, of our own reality. So if we align with the high vibrations, okay? The higher we vibrate, the more we get close to source. The more we get to that creator mode that we all possess. The higher we vibrate, the higher we get into creator mode, into God mode, right? We are co-creators with God. So living in the fifth dimension is living from soul, is living in the now, is knowing that we are co-creators, is knowing that there's more than meets the eye, is being aware of the energies we truly are. Yes, exactly, and I'm getting there. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Yes, yes, and I am getting there. This is why this is all happening now. So living in the fifth dimension is being aware of our creator power. What we think is what we manifest in the world, in reality, in our reality. Oh, I wanted to say that is why a lot of us start developing telepathic abilities, telepathy, all of a sudden. I could always feel people's energies, but not always hear their thoughts. uh, yeah. I like in Einstein, Stein, that's the name. I hope I said it right. um, where was I? Where was I, guys? Um, oh, telepathy. The more you are in the moment, the more you are in the now, guys, the more you feel those energies. And the more you feel what we call unity consciousness. Unity consciousness, you can feel other people and hear other people and communicate in a whole new way. Uh-huh. It means you're Christian. Okay. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about Christ consciousness. Not necessarily about Christianity, the religion, about Christ consciousness, which is exactly what I'm talking about right now. Unity. When we live in unity consciousness, we can actually feel other people. We can actually feel the world around us. That is why we can actually all of a sudden hear people's thoughts. And that is why we are aware of the energy shifts that we all experience these days. We are aware of the energy, we are aware of the waves that comes from the sun. We are aware of the pull of the moon. We are aware of planetary alignments all of a sudden. We are so much more aware. That's living in the fifth dimension, my friends. That's living in the fifth dimension. And that is why I said, as an Yoka INFJ, I was always here. I was always in the moment. Always. Um, yes, telepathy is crazy. Yes. Many messages. Yes. Guys, I'm getting messages from the universe. Oh, guys, I apologize. I apologized the last time already. My mind is drifting. My brain is much more faster than my mouth. I was talking about rewriting the past. I didn't mention that we can travel to the future, and this is the important part. Why it's the important part? Because we can imagine the future that we want. Instead of the future that's being forced upon us by the false metrics, by the limitations that we thought that we have in life, by all these fears that people instilled into our minds, that we are this and that, and we can do this and we can do that, and that we have to do this and that we have to do that, and if we don't do this, that will not happen. I have some kind of a hair. Sorry, guys. It was stuck in my glasses. Um, but when we travel to the future, we can actually imagine the future that we want to live. An abundant future, full of love, full of purpose, full of fulfillment and peace and joy and happiness. Right? And when we can imagine that future that brings feelings within us, right? High vibration feelings, and that feeds even more high vibration thoughts, and that brings even more high vibration feelings. And all of a sudden, guys, we manifested exactly what we wanted. All of a sudden, we manifested exactly what we wanted. And that is living in the fifth dimension, knowing that we can achieve anything, knowing that we are limitless, that nothing is impossible. We are aware of the universal laws, the law of attraction, the law of assumption. Like attracts like. If we vibrate high, we're gonna get high vibration results. If we vibrate low, we are going to get low vibration results. This is living in the fifth dimension, my friends. The rapture, why the rapture? Because some of us are getting aware of all the things that I'm talking about right now. And a lot of people on earth are still not aware. Okay? The split. We are shifting to the fifth dimension. Some people are staying in the third dimension. And they will get there to the fifth dimension, guys. Because of the age of Aquarius and new earth and the second coming of Christ consciousness, guys. We are all awakening at this time because of the change of era. 80,000 people joined this group in 2 months because we are all awakening at this time because of the change of era. A lot of things are gonna happen soon. Um, Maybe I will talk about them in different session because it's not for now. A lot of people around the world are gonna lose a lot of things. When we say the old systems are crumbling down, it's actually happening. A lot of people will lose a lot of things. And when that will happen, people will go to a very dark place and they will look for the light. They will look for a way back because they will not understand what happened to everything they built. What happened to all their to everything they thought that they achieved. It's not going to be worth a lot very soon. Um, and when they will be in the dark place, they will look for a way back to the light. And who will be there to guide them back to the light? Donald Trump? No. The new leaders of the new world are going to be there. That's you, Stein, that's Sarah, that's Kesha, that's everybody on our group, each and every one of us that feels the call to be in service to humanity, to make this place a better place. They will look at us. Why they will look at us? Because we already went through the shit. Our world already crumbled. uh, our world already crumbled. I'm sure that at one point or another, your world fell apart or will, guys, because we are shedding the old from our own lives. What's not longer serves us on this journey. Um, I can tell you that my life fell apart in the last 2 years completely. But for some reason, because I live in the fifth dimension, I'm not freaking out about it. Because I live in the now, I don't worry about what will be. And I'm not thinking about what happened. I'm trusting the process. Here you go. Yes, 2019. Yes, that's where I started waking up spiritually between 2017 to 2020. Um, I'm not worried about the past. I'm not thinking about the past. I'm not thinking about the future. I'm not worried about the future. Sorry, I will correct myself. I'm not operating out of fear, out of scarcity. I'm operating out of love because I believe in the power of manifestation. I know that I'm a co creator of my life, of this reality. So I live in love. I live in high vibration because I want to manifest the best life that I can imagine for me. And I want the reason that I'm talking about this right now is because I want you guys to understand that you are the co creators of your own reality. If you feel stuck at the moment, if you feel like you don't know where you're going, if everything fell apart, you can change it instantly. It's all a matter of perspective, state of mind. And when we can create our own reality into what we want, love is the answer. Exactly. Exactly, Sarah. Love is the answer. The Beatles said that all you need is love, right? When we can create our own reality into what we want it to be, then we can apply that power to the rest of the world, to the rest of humanity, and create the world that we want to see. A world that is based on love, a world that is based on unity, a world that is based on oneness, a world that is full of people that know that I am you and you are me, and we are this, and I'm the planet, and I'm the sky, and I'm everything, and I'm the animals, and I'm the trees. And all of a sudden, we start caring about the planet because we are this one of the same. We start caring about one another because we are one of the same. All of a sudden, there's no I am I'm wealthy and you are poor because we are all of the same. Equality, unity. And that is what we are waking up to, my friends. Christ consciousness, that's the point of all of this. That's the point of all of this, my friends. We are waking up to Christ consciousness, to unity consciousness, to the understanding that we are actually all one. I am you and you are me and I'm everything and everyone. That is living in the fifth dimension, my friends. That is the age of Aquarius. That is Christ consciousness. Guys, I'm gonna cross the 1 hour mark soon. Any last thoughts? Spirit? Anything else? I think we're good here. Guys, I know today was all over the place, but that's because I realized a lot of things about me, about what's going on, about where we're heading. We're heading to a beautiful place, my friends. But there's gonna we're gonna talk about the event. We're gonna talk about the event in later sessions. Okay, guys? In the meantime, I will leave you with these thoughts. Create the life that you want. Manifest the life that you want. And then we're gonna manifest the world that we want. Okay, my friends? I love you all. I'll see you next time.